I can do like Abraham. Hello, goodbye. And a beautiful morning it is. We, the Council, have been eagerly anticipating this day. The rearranging, the reorganizing, the definition that you are placing on this path is serving you well. And we are going to encourage those who have come into this awareness journey to continue to push forward along this path. There are many that come and go, dipping their toes in the water, finding it too much at these times. And then there are those like you, those that are ready to hold the light in this transitional period of Earth's history. The message that we had brought forward previously in grounding and centering into your body, it is exactly what will be needed of you as the coming shifts begin to take place. You have moved into a phase in your planetary realm that is one of great shifting and change. And while you look around you and out your window and on your TV sets and find that not much is changing, that the fear is still ever present, we want you to know that only the hearts that are connected in to the fears of this transition are the ones experiencing fears in their life. The cords of purge are present within the human collective, and everything that is showing up for you that is not feeling good is what needs to be perceived in a new light. We want you to ground further in your knowing of who you are. And what does it mean to ground these energies? It means to continue to affirm to yourself the things that you know to be true, especially when the reality that you are existing in is saying otherwise. Because in order for you to hold your frequency stable in what you know to be true so that you may project it into a higher vibrational existence, which you are doing as you create new earth here and now. But when you hold this light, your container remains full. Your container does not have energy leaks, if you will. Your container can remain in a generation, in a projection of what you are deeming to be your next existence. Yeah. And we want you to command your energy as such. We want you to take control of your emotional field and the way you are assuming this reality. Because what so many forget is that everything that is needed to project the new earth here and now is available to you. The higher vibrational essences that you are grounding to create a new world around you is present. But if you do not let these energies in your body and allow them to shift the way that you are thinking and seeing this world, you will find yourself recreating everything that you are trying to move away from. Your focus is your power. Your focus is your power. And if you are not deliberately focusing on that of your choosing, then you are tuning into the autopilot of that which somebody else is choosing. And that is not a creation. That is absorbing. What do you need to do during these times, light worker, to be the creator that you know yourself to be? To be the generator of new earth in the way that you know yourself to be. So many are sitting around and waiting for these energies to fall into their lap. But we must tell you with all honesty and truth that if you do not vibrate in the realms of these frequencies, you will continue to exist in a fourth dimensional reality. There is an embodiment that is needed so that your reality that you are experiencing can shift. And if you are not willing to embody, you are not willing to shift. We love you so much. There is a self-responsibility and awareness of the self and ownership of the self that allows you to flow into the higher realities that you came here for. We do not want you waiting. Yes, there is help, but the help will meet you where you are. And if you are in fear, and if you are in victimhood, you will get help, but you will only get the help that changes the perception of the things that you are finding yourself attached to in these moments. The help is not going to unlock the locks and set you free from the jail you have placed yourself in. That is your doing, light worker. And it doesn't take time. It doesn't take time. It takes practice. And you could practice this energetic shift within you so fully in one day that by tomorrow you wouldn't recognize who you are. But when you wait, you create waiting. And when you shift, you create shifting. And this is why the light workers have been called forward during this time, because they knew that they would not be afraid of the shifting. They knew. You knew. You knew, sweet beings of light. We love you. Crystal has been doing the work to come back into her fullness, her freedom, her love. She has found her balance. And now the elders would like to come forward. They feel so good. We would like your collective to begin to relax into the knowing that there are many, many, many congregations of thought that are here supporting you, uplifting you, feeding you information so that you may find yourself in a higher state of being. The energies that have been hitting the planetary field that you exist in are not only upgrading your planet, but upgrading the energy of the bodies in awareness so that they can match Gaia's frequency as she shifts into the new world. And we know that all will come that choose. But we also know that there is a process in which you must understand your choosing. When the matrix was formed around this reality, your choices were taken away. Your choices were taken away under the illusion that you still had choice. So when you embodied the matrix, you embodied the path that was already predestined for you. You have a childhood, You go to elementary school, high school, college, you get a job, you start a family. Do your best to create a savings for your retirement. Retire in your aging. Struggle. Lose your health. Die. This is the path of the matrix. When we send information to you, guiding you into what is next, and you say to yourself, but I don't know, you are placing that matrix within you, inside of this new energy that is being brought forward. In order to break free from this matrix path, you need to trust yourself in beginning to choose. And know that if you make a choice and you are still not able to line up with that choice through choosing it time and time again, in your words, in your actions. But let's say you are not able to do so. Let's say you pick a choice and then you doubt and then you fear and then you overthink, but how, but how, but how? You are not really choosing. You are allowing the program to still be the choice because you are relying on the validation of the matrix, which is a path you are not aligning with anymore. Be the validation of this new information that's coming forward, and it can't be validated by the matrix. So you are sitting in this place of, but how do I trust? And we want you to know you don't trust us, you trust you. You trust you. You heal your trauma so you can hear your internal voice. And you trust you. And you make a choice. And you trust yourself. And you move as such. And you create self-belief through affirmations and sitting with yourself saying, I know I can do this. I know if I align myself with the tools and practices that are with this, that I will be. I will allow. But when you sit in your battle, you are bringing your matrix into your new creation, and that is not creating sweet beings of light. We give you this message today because we need the light workers to choose. We need the light workers to sit back and examine the ingredients of their life and choose their next direction and walk as such. And does that not mean that in 5 minutes you can't choose another extension off this direction that may be more fine-tuned to what you are wanting? No, of course you can. You can always pivot, but you don't pivot from doubt. You pivot from this place has served me well and now I want more. Now I am moving in this direction to see what expansion lies here for me. The divine experiment. Creation is making decisions. Creation is choosing for you the definitions of this life. Choosing for you the definitions of what this channeled message means. Choosing for you the definitions of what the books you are reading means, what the theories and ideologies of spirituality that you are coming to know mean for you. Because just because it is written by another doesn't mean it holds the same frequency for you. Those informations come into your life, your experience, your Akashic memory that you are holding inside of your body. And the choice that you make mixed with that energy is a new frequency that gets created that never was. And that is what expands everything. Choose what New Earth means for you and live it. Choose what the fifth dimension means for you and live it. Live it now. You can pivot along the way. You can fine-tune yourself along the way. The things Crystal once believed in the earlier days of this becoming are not the things that she believes to be so now. And that doesn't mean that those thoughts and belief systems were wrong. They were the elevation into the next chord of frequency that she needed. They were the stones that she stepped upon that allowed her the enlightenment that she holds now. And if she didn't step upon those stones and use them in such a way, she never would have made the decisions for herself that led her here. But if she stuck to her guns of the belief systems that she had in her beginning phases of opening loves, she would have never grown. She actually would have convoluted her energy and found herself in stagnancy and confusion, because she is expanding outside of the belief systems that got her here. Know the way you are evolving, recognize it, and lean in, because we need you. We need you choosing for yourself what this new energy means. Defining yourself, defining your beliefs, defining the things that you are open to next. You are a co-creator. Yes, you are creating on behalf of your collective energy now, as you have come to embody your awareness. And that does overpower any autopilot that could be present in this worldly energy. But if you are not setting in yourself and defining what your energies mean, defining what you're receiving means, defining what your co-creation with your highest self means, then you are just waiting like the others for some sort of definition, for some sort of understanding. And can you choose an understanding that gets clarified down the way, that allows you to expand that thought into something more, something higher, something more delicious? Yes. But you must start somewhere. Choose. Choose, choose, choose. Create what is next. Let's begin to diminish the frequency waves of living in autopilot that exist in this fourth dimension as we speak. Where are you on autopilot? Where can you hold more presence of light? And know that when you embody for the self, you embody for the whole. You can't teach something you don't know. It doesn't matter how hard you try. There is no understanding of the frequencies that are needed to articulate these higher vibrational essences until they become you. So take what you are learning and go. Go play, go ponder, go examine. This ascension is an experiment of journeying your energy. And if you do not dive into what your energy holds outside of the I don't knows, you will feel massive stuckness at this time. Why is this important? This is important because there are things shifting underneath the surface that you cannot yet see. And in moments not too far from today, there will be shifting that will exacerbate the places where you are refusing to expand. And this is why we have guided you into your heart time and time again. Because in your heart, you can ground into who you are. In your heart, you can center into who you are. In your heart, you have access to the places where you are holding yourself back. And the real work can begin. Out of your head and into your heart. The plasma shield that was blanketing the planet has been removed. And it is good. You have been taught that this plasma shield is a protection, yet it has been keeping out the energies that are boosting your consciousness into higher understanding. Receive the sun's rays. There is many informations in this plasma that is coming into the Earth's field now. Receive. When you feel resistance in the body, use your tools immediately. Your shifting is your presence. Your presence is shifting. And we want you to find ways to allow yourself to embody higher levels of love. The light workers on this planet have done a very good job mastering the fourth dimension and lower energies of the fifth dimension. But we do need you to expand into a higher reality, and this is something that is outside of your conscious awareness. This is an energy that you feel inside of your body. You cannot think your way into love. Do you hear me, light worker? You cannot think your way into love. You must feel it. And whatever is standing in the way of you feeling the pure love of the higher energies of 5D and above is exactly what needs to be pivoted at this time. This is not work, this is expansion. And if you see your expansion as work, that is okay. But it is growth. It is becoming. It's allowing yourself to embody the new frequencies that are needed at this time so that your collective can continue their journey. There are quantum particles that have arrived here in this atmosphere now that are from many universal complexes away, energies that you have never felt before. And these energies are high and strong in amplitude and frequency. And when they come into the body's awareness, it can feel like irritation. It is only because it is causing an instantaneous purge of energy as these higher frequencies are coming into your realm. Your bodies are so amazing. Treat them with respect. Treat them with kindness. Give them the purity they need to heighten their ability to continue to morph into this energetic container and projection mechanism that is. Where do you think instant manifestation comes from? You think it comes from the fifth dimension? Oh, that's silly. You think the fifth dimension is going to project to you an instant manifestation? Oh, that's silly. It is your body. It is your body. Your body is amazing. Your body is very technical. Your body is a rejuvenator. Crystal understands this as she is practicing her reverse aging. And she is doing this through relinquishing thoughts of earthly aging. But it isn't that she is rejecting it. It is that she is allowing herself to understand what it means to grow through time and space in a higher dimensional awareness. And because of this shift, there is a youthfulness that has come back. They stomp because they need to ground. We are not upset with them. The most advantageous point of view that you can take at this time is the one observing all that is, both inside and out, and make decisions based on your highest desire and allow it to come into fruition. So many of you allow yourself to dream, but then keep it at an arm's length. It is okay. We understand not all humans feel deserving of this energy. That is why many have difficulty finding themselves in contact with it. Who am I to be so special? Who am I to be so connected? You are a child of Source. You are direct light in physical form. You are righteous by nature. You are deserving by nature. And none of your deserving takes from another. Never, not once. Every single being on this planet has the opportunity to bring into their life the fruitfulness of that which they are. And you manifest from the same mirror that you see yourself in. This is why we aid Crystal all the time in bringing forward the mirror work. Because when you can look yourself in the eye in the mirror and begin to articulate words of encouragement and empowerment and embodiment, you shift the timeline that you are magnetizing from. It matters that the plasma field is no longer intact around the planet. Crystal is currently asking us if this magnetic field is the plasma field we are talking about, and we will say yes. The magnetic field that was placed around the planet was done so by the satellite called your moon. It is holding the plasma field around the planet that was protecting you from the higher vibrational energies, protecting you through their truth. Through our truth, you were being suppressed. You were not able to receive all of the photonic particles that were coming in to ignite the God force within you. The sun is bringing forward the truth. The sun is bringing forward galactic, harmonious source code. And within that, the magnetic field around the planet will dismantle. It can no longer remain in place. And there are those on the planet that will say, but the science says, and the science, yeah, we know. We know. We know what your science says. There is also science that says that communication with higher realities is not even probable, let alone a capability of yours. So we will say, investigate your science, because there is an agenda behind it, light worker. What is your truth? When you are in your connection to God, what do you know to be true? The energies will feel intense because the shield is no longer there to keep your body from absorbing these high particles of light. All will be exposed in due time. For now, it is only important that you receive the upgrade. Allow it to come into the body. When you feel vulnerable, rest. When you feel emotional, write. And when you feel the way you feel right now, Crystal, love. Just love. Just love. This planet needs to understand what a higher vibrational love looks like. And sometimes it looks like boundaries. And sometimes it looks like articulated truth. And sometimes it looks like space for oneself. Not everything is as it seems, light worker. Pivot your knowing to the solar plexus and heart chakra. Continue to work on the abilities that your third eye is presenting to you in these times. Receive information and investigate it. Don't doubt it. Receive it as you would a scientist receiving the hypothesis of what they believe is about to happen next. Collect your data. Utilize that data in placing an experiment or a practice or some sort of spiritual tool in your realm to see if it's lining up with your truth. And if it is not, disregard it. You were practicing discernment. But if it is so, keep it, allow it, ask yourselves to embody it, because these are the downloads of information that will shift you into the higher reality. It is time to move past the fourth dimension, Lightworker, and your planet is holding these energies, awaiting you, awaiting your presence, awaiting your choosing, awaiting your decision to shift. Yeah? And we will leave you here with this beautiful message. Take care of your hearts. Take care of your minds. They are thinking thoughts that are not aligned with your truth. Remind yourself daily that your focus is your power. Focus on being open. When you are a vibrational match to the light, you don't need as much protection as you think. Because when you are in vibrational match to the light, you only attract light. Does that mean mischievous energies don't show up in Crystal's field? Of course they do. But because she is so attuned to her light, she knows when it's real and when it is not. They are foolish to come into the field of the light, because this is where they get exposed. Don't be afraid. Nothing has power over you unless you let it. We love you. We are supporting you. We are protecting you. And we are loving you so deeply and so big. And we cannot wait for you to rise high enough into the vibrations where you can feel it. Feel it. The higher vibrational frequencies are love. There is no confusion. There is no doubt. Just ownership of who you are and sharing that with those who resonate. And those who don't resonate, it doesn't matter. They will find what they need elsewhere. They will get to where they are going. Focus on you. Focus on you. This focus, this ability to pinpoint your energy, it is powerful. Choose it. Choose it, Lightworker. Choose your focus. We love you so much. We are eternally complete. Wow. That felt so good. I'm like teary-eyed.
You love when the elders come in.
I do. I love them so much.
I see things from a totally different perspective now.
Really?
Just sitting back listening, and
What shifted?
I was hearing them and then applying it to what I'm trying to create. And so it allowed me to sort of do a 180 and look at everything I'm trying to create from a different perspective, instead of an expectation that like creation is going to be the same. It's like,
Let it be bigger.
oh, it's like what you can play in the matrix, which is the old creation. You can create. It's not really even. I'm not creating something new. It looks new, but it's not really.
Yeah.
But what's new is how I'm going to perceive it, because we're free now to explore 5D.
Because you're new. You're new.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't make that shift until I started sitting back and listening. And as they were talking, okay, I'm hearing them and I'm viewing what I'm trying to create. And it's almost like it pulled me into hearing from their frequency, watching it. It's like, oh, okay. Just because the Matrix says that this creation looks like this, so fucking what? Because now it's going to look like how I put my focus on it.
Yeah.
That's
and
very cool.
and what I got too, because I got to listen, it's like,
oh, you get to listen with the elders.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because I get to listen with the elders. When the council's present, I am a part of the council. So I'm very with,
You get to be the
I'm
student.
talking when I'm with the council. But when I'm with the elders, I'm definitely not. But what I got today too is like, even with my creations inside of the Energetic Alchemist, it's like, choose it and do it, because the frequency that you hold when you mix your energy with source based off what you've lived here and now, what you've opened to here and now, what you've ascended into here and now, that frequency matters. It matters.
Yeah.
So I could choose to open these groups, opening the groups, right? And start doing that. And, I think a lot of the light worker fear would be like, well, what if nobody comes? What if they don't want that? What if that's not the avenue, right? But that's instilling the doubt. If you choose it anyway, the support for you to either manifest what you're manifesting in that moment is going to show up, or you're going to be shown the way to pivot, to clarify that desire, to move into what's next.
Yeah, I think that we're so accustomed to, we are used to working in the matrix where things really do fall a certain way depending on what you
But you have to follow the rules.
We're not in that anymore.
Yeah.
And we have to literally be shown, you got to try it, you got to fall down, you got to get back up.
Yeah.
You have to show yourself that it's
Right.
going to be different.
Well, and that's what Auxil and I have been going over just this last week. It's like, failure is not failure. Like, the Matrix has failure. Ascension has learning curves.
Yeah.
But when you're in a wound, they look the same.
Right.
Because you have no patience for yourself. You can't love yourself through a mistake. There's only criticism and judgment.
Right.
So,
Get up, you big dummy.
but that's the path of the Matrix. And it's like, for me, breaking free of that is allowing myself to have strong desires and knowing that I can have the manifestation of the desire, and it doesn't take from anyone else. The moment, we start thinking that, oh, well, if I have that, is everybody else going to have enough? And it's, I don't know how to put it into words. It really kinks up your vibe, because there isn't lack.
A slice of the pie. We live in an
Well, we
infinite
think
pie.
that we have some sort of control over other people's manifestations. And it's like, you have no control. Your success doesn't deplete another's. If anything, your success adds to another's success, because you're showing them possibility, hope, structure, how to navigate it, right? It doesn't line up to this matrix idea of what we're doing. And I love when they said, like, you can live in these fifth dimensional energies. You can create them. Yes, the existence around you right now is fourth dimensional, lower fifth dimensional energies, but we have the availability to move into more. And what I recognized in that moment when they said that is like how thick the program of focus is, because we get so focused in on our reality and what other people are doing and how the other people are manifesting, that we kind of give away our power to make the shifts that are needed for ourselves. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent us so much love in these messages and emails over the last weeks about our sweet Cooper. We are doing great, our hearts are healing, and we know he is having so much fun. He is present in our home. We feel him every single day. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who sent your love. It meant so much to both of us during that time. So thank you. We love you, and we'll see you soon.